All right, time to do some drift prep. First thing we gotta do is drain the coolant and put some water in it. The track we're going to does not allow coolant, so we just gotta run water. Okay, so we've switched to the GoPro, so that's why the audio is changing. But while I was down here draining the coolant, I noticed an oil leak. Now, I've always had an oil leak, but I thought it was because I didn't have a crush washer on my oil drain plug. But it's leaking from the oil filter cooler there. So I ran out and got a new gasket for that, so we're gonna replace that real quick. So all we gotta do is drain the oil, take off the oil filter. There's one bolt for the oil cooler, take that off, replace the O-ring, and put it all back together. Oh, it's so hot, shit. Now we'll take off the oil filter. Now there's that bolt right in the center, right there. It's a 22 millimeter, just got to take that out. Then we'll let this finish draining before we actually get back there and get the O-ring. So if you can see on the back of this, there's a little circular groove, and that's where the gasket's gonna go. So we'll get the gasket, a little bit of oil, so it makes a good seal. Then we just reassemble everything else. So I know it's gonna be kind of hard to hear me because the car is on, but as you can see, I don't see any leaks. It's been leaking from, let's see if I can get right back in there, from behind this oil cooler back there, and I don't see anything leaking right now. When I got into the car right before I changed it, there was like drip, 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 drip. It was way more than I thought there was gonna be. And I don't see any right now, so I think that fixed it, which is awesome. So now while I wait for the engine to cool down so we can change the coolant again, we usually have to flush it like 5 or 6 times. I'm going to swap my wheels because I just realized that these tires have horrible camber wear, which I'll show you when I take them off, but these tires are brand new. So I'll swap these on, and then I'm planning on replacing these with just some used tires real quick before the weekend. All right, now look at this. This was a brand new tire. You can still see it's got a ton of tread, but man, I dominated those. That camber wear is terrible. I could probably get a few more laps out of these or flip them around, but I'm just not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna get some used tires because I think they'll last longer than this, even if I were to flip these. I'm not real happy about it, but I guess what I'll do as my project for next month, because I usually do one project a month, our project next month will probably be suspension arms in the rear, maybe some front A-arms, but we'll see. So I'm also just going to check that everything's tight, make sure everything visually looks as how it should. Alright. Bleeding the system. I halfway bled the system. It was really quick. I don't trust that the coolant is actually flushed all the way through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up everything. I'm gonna drive it around a little bit, really get it warm, really let all the coolant mix, and then I'll probably flush it 2 or 3 more times tomorrow, just to be sure. But that was it. Drift event this weekend. Hopefully the car's ready now. I just have to finish this bleeding and then get tires for the rear, since I just realized that my set that was on there is pretty much dead. But I can't wait. It's gonna be great. Hope you stick around. See you next time.